Hello everyone, I'm Ms. Ruiz and I will be your Medical Terminology 1 instructor this semester. I wanted to give you a brief overview on what to expect as we begin our semester. So when you first sign into our class, you'll land on the announcements page. As you can see, I have everything listed that needs to be completed this week. You can begin with the enrollment verification quiz. You can either complete it with this link up here at the top, or I believe you can find it in your assignments for the week. Every week there will be a new folder. The previous week will have been closed out and will be no longer accessible, and the new week will be there. That will happen on Monday mornings. That will be there, and they close at 11:59 on Sunday. That's when all your assignments are due. You're given an entire week to complete all the assignments listed in your weekly folder. First thing you need to do is go to your, obviously, enrollment verification quiz. Hoping you completed that. Then next thing you want to do is read over the syllabus, read it thoroughly. A lot of the questions that you might have throughout the semester can probably be answered there. So once you go into your syllabus and course schedule, you'll see where they are downloadable links so that you can have a copy to always keep on hand. And then you'll mark it reviewed just so that we know it should look like this once you've reviewed it. But again, please read thoroughly. Here's the course schedule you can download. It was incorrect yesterday. I went ahead and fixed it and uploaded the correct version. I've moved it here with the syllabus. You can now mark it reviewed if you've already reviewed it. Next thing, my instructor information. Right here is my email address, my phone. All my voicemails go to my email, so I should be able to get in contact with you in some form or fashion rather quickly. There are some weekends that I will be out of pocket, so I won't be able to respond as quickly. I do try to keep the lines of communication going though. As you can see, I'm available during my office hours twice on Wednesdays. A little bit about me. Jolt. You'll want this information handy if you experience any Blackboard issues. I am an instructor, I'm not IT. Unfortunately, I cannot help you if you experience Blackboard issues. What you can do is contact Jolt. They should give you a case number. You forward that case number to me in case for some reason there were unforeseen circumstances that were not due to you. So I need to be able to be aware of those so I can make adjustments if needed. The next one is your announcements, which is the page that we fall on. Extra credit. I want to talk about that for a second. Extra credit is available throughout the entire semester. You may do extra credit unlimited amount of times until you reach 100. Some of my past students have mentioned that they found it beneficial to do the extra credit before they took their chapter test. That might be something you want to adopt. There were actually also some other students who thought that it was very helpful to go ahead and knock them all out, because the great thing about the extra credit is once you reach the end of the semester, if you've gotten 100 on all of them, that will automatically add 2 points to your overall grade. And that is not very easy to do normally on your own when you're getting there towards the end. So I would recommend that you do them as you go, and then you at least have that little buffer. Now, extra credit will only be figured if you have an A or if you have below an A. That's specifically to help those who might either want to bump a letter grade, because sometimes it's enough points to move from a B to an A or a C to a B. I've also seen it save students from passing and failing. So do with it what you will, it's there for you. Discussion board. Once it loads, we do have the introduction discussion board. I can see many of you have been active in it. I can't wait to go through and read those and grade them. That's going to be a lot of fun. There is a rubric. Once you're in the discussion board, you can see where you would go, click on the forum. Then you see this bar right here. It says grading information. If you click on that, it will take you to where this little thing that looks like a table. You click on that, and that will display the rubric. So this is what you'll get if you do not introduce yourself. Anything that's 0 is either you did it or you didn't do it. I'm not penalizing anyone for not posting a photo, although I strongly encourage everyone to post a photo. So you do have a couple things, and then your replies. If you want to reply to one, you get partial. If you don't reply to any, you get none for that. So I want you to understand how you're being evaluated as we go as well. Alright. Alright, MindTap. When you connect to MindTap, you should have gotten a code with your textbook. If some of you are using a used book or do not have a code, you can purchase one when you go to connect to MindTap through Blackboard. Make sure you're going through Blackboard. If it asks for a course key, you do not want to sign up that way because your grades will not sync over to Blackboard. So you will click on this link. Okay. Once it comes up, it's going to ask us to register an access code. There's a copy of our book. If you do not have a code, then you do have these other options. I'm going to open this up. So you have Cengage Unlimited, which is very beneficial if you have more than one Cengage course and have not entered a course code for that yet. Or you can do the MindTap course with the loose leaf. Multi-term means it's good for a year, so it would be this term and fall term. Which, taking Med-Term 1, you want to make sure that you go ahead and get your Med-Term 2 in next semester if it's required for your program, because then your code will still be active and you can use it for that second semester to do MED-122. And then they also have $60 where you're literally just buying the MindTap course. Through MindTap, you will have access to an electronic copy of the textbook as well. So to enter an access code, you would just click on that, enter the access code once you scratch it off from your book, and then you will have gained access. This is going to let me open. If you hit open course in the beginning, it won't make you enter in a course key. However, if you do that, you're only going to be on a trial period. You will not have full access the entire semester. So when you get into the class, this is what it's going to look like. It'll show you that. I'm going to skip. You may watch it if you like. You'll notice this first week we don't have anything open, but if you go to week 2, chapter 1 is available. And it's due Sunday the 19th by 11:59. So these are your MindTaps. Pace yourself. The learning labs you are only going to see in chapters 1 through 3. After 3, they're no longer, because the first 3 chapters of our textbook are the foundation for your medical terminology. This is where you really need to focus and absorb that information. They do have flashcards. Notice they do not count towards grade, but I highly recommend that you use the flashcards, or I will make sure you have a flashcards link that has flashcard list for every chapter. It's very important that you study your flashcards because that is how you're going to learn medical terminology. If you're just going to rely on the MindTaps and you're not going to challenge yourself to learn these terms, you're going to struggle in the field, and that's not really going to make you look very educated. Make sure you take your time and you are doing your flashcards. I promise you, it will be worth the time. Alright, that's all I have for you right now. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to let me know. Again, all my information is right here.